Hey guys, here's me, Tommy Lee Schmuder, stood up in a fancy office looking room, about to present my 5 steps to online reviews at the Elite Business Academy in Sheffield. I'm re-recording this and doing a voiceover especially for the boiler business, which is my industry. It's where I come from. It's where I've learned all the knowledge around marketing and business development. So here we go, 5 steps why you in the boiler industry should be working on your online reviews. But first, the reason why you should be collecting these online reviews is, as this slide states, it is going to increase your perceived value. Now, just to point out what your perceived value is not what you think you are worth, it's what your customer thinks you are worth. Therefore, if you can increase your perceived value, your customer will pay you more money. You will also attract more customer leads. 100 5-star reviews from any company when all your competition only has 10, 20, 50 online reviews, and you're right at the side there with 100 customer reviews. It's going to attract more customers to be calling you for a boiler installation. And then, because more customers are calling you, you get to be more choosy about what type of work you want to take on and when you want to do it, and if you're getting really picky, who you want to serve. If you get to a point where you're thinking this customer is not going to appreciate the service I deliver, you've got a choice to go and help other people out. You will also find that your conversion rate will improve. Many customer reviews online. This customer, whether they've got a broken down boiler or a working boiler, wants you to do the work. So unless they're in dire straits and you cannot fit them in, they are going to wait for you to come and install that boiler for them. So overall, the reasons why you should be collecting reviews is you will attract more customers. You will attract more customers that want to spend more money with you, and you will spend less time quoting as you will win more jobs. So it's just a win-win-win. Get more online reviews and show future customers about these reviews. So I've not even started the 5 steps for online reviews. I've just so far pointed out why you should do it, but let's step back a moment and say why you should listen to me. Well, here I am. I'm Tommy Lee Schmuder, the owner of Hallamshire Energy Services, the region's most reviewed boiler installation company in the Sheffield region area. So sorry, I'm shouting a trumpet off there. I don't mean to. It's more of a case of once you've collected these online reviews, as the screenshot shows there, view 195 reviews, 4.9% overall. So once you've collected these reviews, it gives you something to talk about with your customers, which separates you from the competition. And then once you're standing head and shoulders above your local competition, what you will find is customers, when they phone you, they tell you that they've already read the reviews, or you're on the job quoting and they tell you that they've read the reviews. You've won their trust before you've even stepped a foot over the threshold. So how are we going to do this? So step number 1, 5 steps to online reviews. Step number 1 is choose your customer first. So let's simplify this. Who do you not want to serve? Write that down. Who do you not want to serve again? Write the second one down. Who do you not want to serve again? Write the third one down. Now that we know who we don't want to serve, it's a little bit like Cluedo. This, look at the guy with the spiky blonde hair and sunglasses. Who do you want to serve? We know who we don't want to serve, so it makes it much easier for who we want to serve. And the more you look into this year after year, you'll start to define customers. And you'll start to get much more choosy about the type of customers you want to serve. I do recommend, after figuring out who you don't want to serve and who you want to serve, that you now start recording the types of customer leads that you attract and the type of customer leads that you win, and what type of customers are you installing boilers for. Step number 2, pricing strategy. Okay, this is all about getting online reviews, and in order to get 5-star online reviews which are going to improve your business, you have to price correctly. Here we go. When you start off in collecting reviews, you can't be low and you can't be too high. I'm going to explain why. Okay, so on the low side, if you price too low, you're going to win lots and lots of jobs. Hey, presto, you're busy, you're installing loads of boilers. However, you're not charging the right amount of money. So when something does go wrong, 2 things will happen. A, you don't have the money to fix it. There's been a leak, you need to pay for a roof to be replastered and decorated. Or perhaps you don't need to pay for anything to be fixed, like a ceiling or a new carpet that's been marked by pulling the cylinder out of the cupboards. Perhaps it's more the case of there's something really niggly that the customer wants sorting out. It's a tiny little drip somewhere, and you just don't have the time to get back and fix it because you're so busy making low money for other customers. Or on the flip side, perhaps you're charging a little bit higher, which is what you deserve. However, this little blog video is about gaining 5-star online reviews, and trust me, I'm experienced at this. If you start charging higher when you first start off and you don't have many reviews, what you'll find is that the customer expects a certain service. So although you're going to be paid well, and although you are a super gas engineer and is going to do a real neat job and everything's going to be fantastic for the customer, the fact that the customer's paid you more than what they could have paid a smaller company, say, or someone willing to drop their daily rate. So the fact that they've paid you more money means that they're not going to be as appreciative to the work that you've done for them. So what I'd like to say is, first of all, to get the best out of this is you charge a fair amount, not too low, not too high. Work on collecting lots and lots of customer reviews. And then when you are a mile in front of all your local competition, they've got 20 reviews, you've got 50. When you're a mile ahead, that's when you can start to creep your prices up, because you're already in front, you've already got them customer reviews. Okay, so step number 3. Do a good job and correct mistakes. So I think a lot of people are just going to jump right in there and say, well, in order to get 5-star customer reviews, you just need to do a good job and put things right. Well, it's not quite as easy as that. Step 1 and 2 was all about choosing the correct type of customer. And step number 2 was getting your pricing right. Before moving on to step number 3, which is do a good job and correct the mistakes, trust me on this, guys. If you get step 1 and 2 correct, step number 3 will be way easier for you. And when there's something hits the pan and water starts coming through that ceiling, it's going to be a customer that appreciates the fact that you're there, and B, that you're going to have enough money in the kitty to sort anything out as quick and fast as possible, and you have the time to go and sort it out as quick and fast as possible, and by getting your customer right, they're not going to be the type of customer that really kicks off and leaves that negative review. Whoa there, look at this customer. Yes, that's the customer on the end of the phone. Unfortunately, you cannot see their face. So, step number 4 of my 5 steps to online reviews is, before asking for the review, give your customer a call. You can't see their face. You can't see the face when you send them an email. So give them a call and just ask them, hey, thanks for the work. Before we send you through the final invoice, we just want to double check that you're fully happy with what we've done. Now, this is going to go in 2 ways. They're either going to say, yes, we are delighted, in which case, ask for the review. Or 2, they're going to say, well, actually, X, Y, and Z. Worst case scenario is they turn around and say that they're not happy because of one reason or the other. Perhaps you didn't connect the cold water that went over to the shower, and although at the end of the installation they thought everything was perfectly fine, now that they're finding that they have no cold water to the ensuite, and you're trying to charge them another £1,500, £2,000 or something. So by simply calling them and asking them, they owe you money, but don't send them the invoice yet. Ask them, is everything okay before I send the invoice? And obviously, if they do say that they're fully happy, say, I'm going to send you the invoice. Do you mind leaving me an online review? So here we go, step number 5. Hopefully that's not taking too much of your time and patience to get to number 5. But hey, if you want to make a successful business and earn what you deserve, we do need to jump higher than the average boiler installer chap. So here's my step number 5. So here's a little screenshot, slightly blurred for whatever reason, but this is one of my websites where we have a page that's dedicated to reviews and customer feedback. 1, 2, 3. There's actually 6 different websites that we host feedback, allowing our customers to do 2 things. A, check out that we're not a one-trick pony and that we only have reviews on one website. No, we have reviews in 6 or 7 different places, but it also allows our customers to add these reviews, their review on our service, to these different websites without sending many different website links. I advise, other than having it on your website, once you are a review-based company and you have more than your local competition, start to shout from the hilltops. Put it everywhere. Put it on your company literature, on your van, on your jacket, on your website. Get it everywhere you can. When you're speaking to a customer in their house, talk to them about your customer reviews, and obviously encourage them to leave the review. Before you do the work, tell them about your reviews. While you are installing the boiler, tell them about your reviews. And then once you finish, tell them about your reviews. And then after, ask them for a review. And then after you've asked them, ask them for another review. Gaining these reviews is only going to benefit your business. So we're nearly there. That's the five steps finished. Before I tell you what the outcome of jumping through these hoops and getting these 5-star reviews will be, let me give you the one major top tip to share. So the top tip is, if you are going to do just half a day's work on your marketing, my number one tip is get onto Google My Business. See, on Google My Business, you own these reviews. Google is not going to charge you a yearly fee for collecting and showing these reviews to people. You own them. Other websites will charge you an annual fee. So when you think that, going with Checkatrade or Which Trusted Trader, for instance, Yale.com, Reviewco.uk, there's loads of them out there. They're all charging you to supply you with the technology that allows you to show your customers your 5-star reviews. But if you stop paying them, they take all your reviews away. And this is where Google My Business and Google Maps and reviews comes into its own. You own these reviews, so if you're just getting started off in collecting reviews, I 100% advise you to get your initial 10-20 reviews on Google before looking to put these onto other websites. So the results. Once you have followed the 5 steps for online reviews, 6 to 12 months from now, you're going to find that things start to turn up in your business. So going all the way back to slide number 1, I think it was, you'll find that customers want to spend more money with you. You'll find that more customer leads are coming through. It allows you to be a little bit more fussy and choose who you want to serve. Your conversion rate will go up and you'll spend less time quoting, earning more money. So this is the entire point to working on your online reviews. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. I used to charge people £150 a day as a sole trader working out my rusty van, and I really struggled. But it was only when I started collecting all these online reviews that my business started to take off. So there you go, chaps. My name's Tommy Lee Schmuder. You will find me all over social media if you do want to get more of this information, more of this value and knowledge. The Facebook group is The Boiler Business. The YouTube channel is The Boiler Business. If you want to hook me up on Twitter, Tommy Lee Schmuder, or at Tommy Lee Schmuder, the hashtag on Twitter is hashtag The Boiler Business, and you will also find me on LinkedIn. Slightly posher name on LinkedIn currently is Thomas Lee Schmuder. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave some comments below if you have any questions, and if you have had value, please share this video with the rest of your network. Until next time, people, toodle pip.